Hi my motion babies, I'm David of Here, and today we're going to be learning how to create this effect right here. We're going to be using Adobe Photoshop, and if you've not heard about that program, I'm very sorry for you, but I'm going to teach you. That's the thing I'm doing right here. Now, we're going to create this wonderful effect. 2018 is a good year for design, and this effect is called the DUOTONE Effect. It's very simple to create, and we're going to show you how to do just that. Now, we're going to create a new document, and let's say we create a 2000 by 2000 document, and RGB normal 150. Resolution. We go here, we type a name, let's say DUOTONE and we click on create. Beautiful, we have that. We turn off this padlock right here and we create a new layer, empty layer. We go to our Unsplash folder. I have an Unsplash folder, for God's sake. Every designer has that. Now we'll pick this picture by Samantha Keja and we drag it into our Photoshop. Okay, we have that there. We'll scale it up to the way we want, and that's good. Our baby here is looking very beautiful. Now, creating this effect, we're going to be using our wonderful gradient map. That's the adjustment layer. We'll put it on top. Now we get this. I could just probably end this tutorial right here, but I'm not going to do that. And now we're going to choose any of the default gradient. Now Photoshop gives you a group of default gradients to choose from. Now if you click on any of this, you're going to get the effect you so desire. If you want a black and white effect, you could choose this and you get a simple black and white wonderful effect that's already pre-made in Photoshop. Now if you want something else, let's say you wanted something more prettier, you could use this red and green gradient that they've provided here for you, but you get something like this looking as horrible. Now you could save yourself. You could save that by going to reversing this gradient, and it still doesn't look cool. So if you're creating a duotone effect, you have to have something you want it to look like. You obviously don't want it to look like a rainbow like this. This is so ugly. Now you could choose one of our wonderful gradients. You could choose this brown gradient right here and turn off the reverse, and it looks like this. Now duotone effects choose certain colors to work with. So let's start off from this. We choose our dark hue. Let's say we wanted something purpley, and in between we wanted something lighter purpley, and we say we wanted it to have a pinkish look at the end of it. Take it to the pink area and we choose a color that we want, something like this. And when it looks pretty enough for us, we just stop there. So simple. Now when you're done creating this, these sliders right here are to give you the movement you need in between two different colors. Now this is a color and this is a color stop. Now you could move in between these two. No, not there. That's not there. We could move in between these two and shift your gradients to the edges of each other, but I prefer to leave them in the middle. Now in my duotone, I could make sure my whites get a different color entirely. I could choose my whites to give me this yellowy golden feel where it looks like this. It looks really cute. It looks really beautiful. Now that's the way we get this simple duotone effect. I'll show you a few quick tips. Now you could be here, choose any of the colors, type in the colors you want here and put a new value or whatsoever, put something else, put wonderful value you want. Or you could, you don't want that, you could go down here and you could choose something very beautiful. You could choose something like you go here, you could change the opacity at the top of here while you're working with your gradient map. Now when you're done making a gradient that looks like this, you could further tweak it up and make it into something like this. or you could just stop where you wanted. Now, while you have that, you could save it as a new custom gradient by going here and typing let's say purpley gradient. I know I type so slow, but okay. Now you click here and you create new, and it becomes a new gradient. You can find it right here. You're done with that, you press OK. Let's say you're done with this gradient look and you quite don't like it and you want something else. Remember, our original picture sits right here for us. It's non-destructive. It stays for you, so you could change it and you could do something else. Now let's do something else. We duplicate that using Ctrl J. Oh, I like this look. Whoa, beautiful. Now you can change that using Ctrl J. You come here and you could choose a new gradient. Now let's say you wanted to work on something that looked like, if you've ever watched the movie The Moonlight Effect, let's say we're creating something that looked like the Moonlight Effect. Okay, that starts from a black and it goes into a beautiful bluish kind of look somewhere around here. Okay, let's take it down a bit, somewhere around here, and then in between that we're going to shift that to the edge. We have a kind of purpley greenish feel to it, so we'll put this here, and in between that we take another gradient and we put a purpley feel to it, something that looks like this. No, something that looks like blah 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 blah, something that looks like this, something we can ask you as this. Now we're trying things out, blah blah. Now while we are trying to get our kind of moonlit effect, remember it's daylight and we're trying to get the moonlit effect. It's not really going to look as cute as we want it, but let's say we want to settle for less than we dreamt of while we came here. We would end this tutorial now before I mess up. Now we are going to choose a gradient that looks kind of sensible. Now we have something, oh, so beautiful, very beautiful. Now while we have something like this, remember we could change any color whenever we want to change it. Now we press OK to that. Now if you mistakenly press OK to something you probably would have loved to save, now you could go back into it, click on it and choose our new and just type a name. Now done that, we'll create new and we'll have a new wonderful gradient, and we'll press that OK button right there and we'll have our beautiful gradient effect. Now that's the end of my tutorial. So if you want to extract that out of here, you could just go to save for web or you export. That's one way to do something. Now we'll save that, and so beautiful. This is our design. Now that's how to create a duotone effect. Until next time, keep being designers.